Good morning, good Monday, happy afternoon, happy evening, wherever you are in the world. It is good to be here with you again. My name is Kim O'Neill, and we are here for another Every Day is a New Day Inspirational Message Monday episode. And for those who are with me live on Facebook or YouTube, you may notice I have a different background, and I'm playing around with a couple of overlays. I got that one there too. And gosh, it feels good to switch things up, doesn't it? Feels good to move things around, open up space. And I got to be honest with you, I made most of this change in my office yesterday, but I took extra time this morning getting adjusted and acclimated to it, and I just really enjoyed it. And so I share this with you. I mean, clearly you can see it, but I share this with you to remind you that you have permission to switch things up, to make a shift in your space. If you're not feeling so good, if you're feeling maybe just too, I don't know, whatever it may be, too closed in, too, you can't think quite so clearly, whatever it may be, that switching up the energy in your physical space makes a huge, awesome difference. And for those who have been joining me live and you've seen the new background with these shows, the Inspirational Message Mondays, and you've seen the colorful art wall that I have, I do still have that, and I will still be utilizing that from time to time too. But I had to make this shift, and I am certainly loving this blank wall space and anyways, the shift that I've made here. There will probably be some more shifts, but anyway, that is what's new with me. So let me know what's new with you. I am going to be sharing an excerpt from a book today that I have read from before. It's been a while, so I don't know if those who are with me currently on Facebook have been able to hear me read from this book. Let me go ahead and hop over to the comments. But I'm going to be reading today from Brene Brown's Braving the Wilderness, The Quest for True Belonging and the Courage to Stand Alone. And this book was written or published in 2017, and it was gifted to me, I don't know, maybe a year or so after that. And I've read bits and pieces from it, but now I'm reading it from beginning to end, and oh my goodness, I love it. It is so fitting for these times. So it's very fitting for 2020. It's fitting for all the themes that have showed up in people's lives around connection, around separation, around diversity. I mean, it says right there, the quest for true belonging and the courage to stand alone. It's not simply about standing alone, but it's fantastic. So the excerpt I want to read for you is on page 36, and it's the section titled The Wilderness. So I will be reading from here down to there. So let's get into it. The Wilderness. And let me preface, Brene Brown is a social researcher. So she starts off just referencing some of her research and then getting into a really meaningful passage here. So the wilderness, as a clearer picture of true belonging, emerged from the data. And I realized why we must sometimes stand alone in our decisions and beliefs, despite our fear of criticism and rejection. The first image that came to me was the wilderness. Theologians, writers, poets, and musicians have always used the wilderness as a metaphor to represent everything from a vast and dangerous environment where we are forced to navigate difficult trials to a refuge of nature and beauty where we seek space for contemplation. I hope that made sense. She's going from the wilderness to a refuge of nature and beauty. What all wilderness metaphors have in common are the notions of solitude, vulnerability, and an emotional, spiritual, or physical quest. Belonging so fully to yourself that you're willing to stand alone is a wilderness, an untamed, unpredictable place of solitude and searching. It is a place as dangerous as it is breathtaking. A place as sought after as it is feared. The wilderness can often feel unholy because we can't control it, or what people think about our choice of whether to venture into that vastness or not. But it turns out to be the place of true belonging, and it's the bravest and most sacred place you will ever stand. The special courage it takes to experience true belonging is not just about braving the wilderness, it's about becoming the wilderness. It's about breaking down the walls, abandoning our ideological bunkers, and living from our wild heart rather than our weary hurt. We can't expect to take a well-worn path through these badlands. While I can share what I've learned from research participants who practice true belonging in their lives, we all have to find our own way deep into the wild. And if you're like me, you're not going to like some of the terrain. We're going to need to intentionally be with people who are different from us. We're going to have to sign up, join, and take a seat at the table. We're going to have to learn how to listen, have hard conversations, look for joy, share pain, and be more curious than defensive, all while seeking moments of togetherness. True belonging is not passive. It's not the belonging that comes with just joining a group. It's not fitting in or pretending or selling out because it's safer. It's a practice that requires us to be vulnerable, get uncomfortable, and learn how to be present with people without sacrificing who we are. We want true belonging, but it takes tremendous courage to knowingly walk into hard moments. Oh my goodness. You might need to let that sink in. And so I want to affirm that this book, The Quest for True Belonging and the Courage to Stand Alone, Brene really touches on the two ends of that spectrum. The two ends of that spectrum about learning how to become one with yourself. I tend to speak about this in terms of alignment, aligning with your highest self. But then also she's talking about from that place of belonging to yourself, then having the courage to get uncomfortable and connect with others. And we say having the courage to do that because that may be very uncomfortable, because you're not necessarily connecting with others who are just like you, but stepping outside of your comfort zone and choosing to connect with people who are not like you and lean in. Such a beautiful book. I just absolutely love this book. So anyway, again, this is Braving the Wilderness from Brene Brown. Check it out if you liked that passage. I'm already beyond that section and just loving every bit of what I'm reading here. So let me go ahead and just put a little marker there since my other marker dropped. And let me say that if you are hearing a little background hum, that's because I have a fan on. So I hope you can't hear it, but you might be able to. Hello, Ibrahim. Good to see you. Good to see you, Ibrahim. Excuse me, I have to cough all of a sudden. Muted myself there. Okay, and it has been 3 weeks since I have had a cup of coffee. And since I have Ibrahim here with me, I'm going to share that I'm having my first cup of coffee in 3 weeks. And it's nice. Today felt like the day. Okay, so let's get into pulling some cards. I am just loving this new space. I don't know. Let me know if you have any thoughts about it. For those who are visually watching me on Facebook or YouTube, I've created so much more open space. This feels so good. Okay, so let's pull some cards. Let's pull some cards, expand on the message, and let's begin with the Mirrors deck. The Mirrors deck by Janet Starr and Jeff Rolland, which gives us some questions to further expand on the conversation. Ooh. Okay. And so I haven't said this in a while, but this is an opportunity for you. If you're looking for some insight or clarity on something that's going on with you in your world, then right now you have a beautiful opportunity to just center yourself. Take a slow, deep breath, exhale any tension, and set an intention. What is it that you're looking for clarity on? And it's best to not ask yes or no questions, right? I mean, you can, but I have found it's better to ask open-ended questions. So, I'm trying to think of an example right now. I'm not coming up with one, but best to come up with open-ended questions to see what would be in your best interest for whatever the situation is that you're dealing with. Or simply, I am open to receiving the messages that are for my highest good at this time. Something of that sort. I hope that's helpful. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into pulling some cards from the Mirrors deck. And just seeing what wants to come through. Okay. We have here 2 cards. I haven't seen this one before. We have Spark. Is it time to find your inner brilliance? Is it time to find your inner brilliance? And we've got a nice star there that is, I'm going to say, sparkling. And we also have Stillness. Have you given yourself time? So Spark and Stillness. And here's what I think is awesome. Notice those trees. Notice those trees. And the trees on the cover of Braving the Wilderness. What I'm getting here is diving into that wilderness, getting still with yourself and recognizing the gem within you, recognizing the brilliance within you. What did we title today's show? Braving the Wilderness and being brave for more connection. Oh, courageous connection, something along those lines. Yes. That is fascinating. I love that. I'm going to see if there's one more. Let's see if there's one more card that wants to come through from here. Hey, Joanne, good to see you. Okay, let's see here. No. I think that's it. I think that's it from this deck. Yeah, that's it from this deck. Okay, moving right along. Let's move on to, I know we have a lot of Abraham Hicks fans, so let's go ahead and do some Abraham Hicks well-being messages and see what Abraham wants to share with us. Okay. There is an abundance of everything. Shortage is only a perception. You keep thinking there is a shortage of abundance, but shortage is only a perception. There is a never-ending stream of abundance. There is no shortage whatsoever. And again, well, I'm getting a theme of nature. Have you been noticing nature show up for you lately? And if so, how do these cards speak to that? I will say for me, birds have been showing up so much lately. Okay, there we go. We've got the brilliance. We've got the abundance, giving yourself space and time to be still. And right on the top here is all is well. If you're in a space of nurturing right now, all is well. Okay. Let's move on to, we'll do a self-love card. Let's do a self-love card. I'm just looking for one self-love card. Let's see what wants to come through, though. Oh, it just fell right out. I think we got this last week. I am totally in charge of my life now. The moment I say positive affirmations, I step out of the victim role. I am no longer helpless. I acknowledge my own power. I am totally in charge now of my life now. Really getting that alignment with yourself. Braving that wilderness. Okay, what's one of the first things people started talking about when they talked about COVID? Well, at least what I was hearing in kind of the personal development world is COVID, the pandemic, really required everyone to stay home, right? To go within. We've got our actual homes where we live, but also our physical body, our physical homes. For people who are not so comfortable with being separated, distanced from other people, that really brought home the experience of going within, right? And so that's how we can think of that braving the wilderness that Brene was talking about, braving the inner wilderness of going within for greater connection without. I'm really getting that here. That's what I'm getting. Let's move on to, we're going to do a self-care card. Cheryl Richardson, self-care card. Let's see what wants to come through. On top is clearing. I think that was from last week. Are you getting any insights or ahas as we move through these cards already? What's coming up for you? Okay. Wow. Okay. So one popped up and still landed right here in my hand. And how ironic. Oh, wow. So it's the courage card, but the part that I saw was the back that says, take the leap. Your courage will see you through. Take the leap. The way that's interesting for me because it felt like it took a leap in my hand. Take the leap. What are you asked to be? What are you being asked to be courageous to do right now? Courageous in connecting with yourself. Courageous in connecting with others. Let's see if there's one more. Okay. My goodness, I think these are exact same cards from last week. What is it? I don't know. I really don't know, y'all. Opportunity. Release your ties to the past. When you let go of the old, you make room for the new. Okay, I am going to be courageous. It's not really requiring courage of me, but I'm going to pull a card of myself on my own. Let's see here. Okay, I'm just going to pick a card. Awareness. Once again, we have that outdoors nature. It says, practice present moment awareness. The meaning you yearn for lives in the ever-present now. How is right now possibly giving you answers to something you've been asking for? We talked about setting the intention at the beginning. What else? Okay, I'm going to move right along to my Rolodex deck. Let me know if you can hear the fan. Can you hear the fan in the background? What message wants to come through for everyone who views or listens to the replay? Us live or on the replay? Okay. Oh, interesting. We have the number 1. 1. Does that have a significance for you? We're talking all about going within, braving the inner wilderness. 2 ends of that spectrum, right? So we're talking about both, though. The inner wilderness and then the wilderness of stepping out of your comfort zone and connecting with others. That courage to have connection. Ooh, okay, what do we have here? Pause. Stillness. Pause and stillness. If you benefit from reminders to take a breath, then I'm offering a reminder right now to pause and take a breath. Let me see if there's one more. Is there one more card that wants to come through? No? Okay, one more. What do we have here? Ooh. Release resistance in any area of your life to receive more flow in the area you desire to experience flow. Release resistance in any area of your life to receive more flow in the area you desire to experience flow. So what this is saying is when you release resistance in any area of your life, that can benefit and create and support more flow in another unrelated area of your life. And I should say seemingly unrelated because everything's connected. So, yeah. Is that resonating for you? Okay. Okay, moving along. Let's get into our angel messages. Get into our angel messages. Of course, we're going to start with Walking with Your Angels Daily Inspiration Deck by Keith Leon S. Stunning artwork by Melissa Rose Art. Let's see what messages want to come through. Okay. Archangel Ariel. I am Ariel, a liaison between the human and the elemental worlds of sprites, fairies, crystals, and other magical manifestations. There is so much more than what we can see with our doubting eyes. What? There is so much more than what we can see with our doubting eyes. Open yourself up to all possibility and witness the magic that appears to you. This to me is speaking right to that, going outside, being out in nature. I'm going to pull another angel card from another deck we haven't pulled from in a while. Let's pull from Messages from Your Angels. Let's see. Okay, what message wants to come through? Oh my goodness, did you see that? Ooh, we have Merlina. You are confused and indecisive because you do not have enough information. Do research or seek expert advice before making a decision. Okay, and I'm just going to point out some of the imagery on here. There are 3 dolphins. There are 2 rabbits. There's a butterfly. There's a yin and yang symbol. Of course, there are angels on here. There's a dove. There's the moon. And 2 butterflies. 3 birds. And lots of nature. Lots of nature. Nature can be a great place to go to when you are seeking answers. Going into that stillness to find your true inner brilliance, because there's an abundance of everything. So even when we feel like there isn't an answer for something, there always is. And sometimes it requires us to pause. Take that deep breath, release resistance, so we can receive what it is we're seeking. Thank you, Joanne. I'm glad you're enjoying the cards. Let's see if there's one more from this deck. Yes. Okay, it fell on the floor. I'm going to take a picture of it and share it in the group. But what I can gather from it right now is the card says something about there's a positive change coming. So. Let's see. Shall we do one more angel card, or shall we move on to postcards from Spirit? Do we have any special requests? Let's see here. We'll do one more angel card. And of course, right here on the back is fresh air. This one is all about going outside. Let's see what else wants to come through. Oh, there we go. Okay, is there another message from this deck? Okay, there we go. Okay, first one that came out is life purpose. The purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus upon serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you. Okay, and then we have heart chakra. It says, love is the heart of the matter. Your heart is the center within your physical being, attuned most to love. It's safe for you to love and be loved with an open heart, as we stand by with perfect protection and guidance. Beautiful. Okay, and I wasn't sure I was going to, but I am going to go ahead and pull. Oh, do I dare? I am going to go ahead and pull from. Joanne said one more angel card. I'm glad you said yes to that, Joanne. I hope you enjoyed those last ones. I know there's a little bit of a lag on the comments. Okay, before we close out with a postcard from Spirit, I'm going to dare pull a rebel card. So beware if you have children or anyone around that has sensitive ears to certain language, then beware. These ones are a little harsher. I always try to caution. Joanne's laughing. Yes. I'm glad you're laughing with me, Joanne. Right? So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Also, perfect opportunity to practice not taking things personally if this is something you don't enjoy. But these can be a good kick in the pants, lend some humor to our conversation here. Okay, let's see what message wants to come through. These cards are slippery too. They're still brand new. Let's see what card wants to come through. What message wants to come through for everyone who, there we go. What do we have here? Be effing grateful. Ish, that's my version of the other S word. Ish could be so much worse. Be effing grateful. Ish could be so much worse. Right? How true is that? I'm going to leave it at that. We're just going to do one. We're just going to do one. Okay, so that was our postcard. No, that was our rebel card. And let's close out with a postcard from Spirit. Oh, man. Before I do that, I'm curious, which do you like better? Do you like the overlay that I'm using right now with the green leaves, or this one here with the bright colored flowers? Just curious. I had fun making those. I will likely make some more. I like them both, but I'm going to go back to the green leaves. Okay, postcard from Spirit. Let's see what wants to come through. What message? Oh, my goodness. Okay. 2 came out, but I think it's this one here on the table. So, ooh, I love it. We've got a big butterfly, and at the bottom there it says, "You are magical." You are magical. Okay. Dear you, there is a balance between activity and rest, ebb and flow. You can't have one without the other. If you are faced with an obstacle right now, the best course is surrender and non-resistance. Soon enough, you'll see how easy it is to flow around it. Now is one of those times when you must trust the river of your life. Go with the flow, and in no time you'll reach what you have your heart and hopes set on. Just remember, Spirit will keep your head above water and will direct the currents. When it's time for a greater effort, you'll know exactly when you'll need to work those manifesting muscles. It can be challenging to master the flow cycles of your life, but as you develop your skills, affluence will be yours. Enjoy the flow and trust those currents, for we're right there with you, our little umbrella drinks, smiling at your success. For we're right there with you with our little umbrella drinks, smiling at your success. Love you so very much. That right there is all about that pause, about release resistance, having the courage to be still, braving that wilderness, right? The wilderness, you may think the wilderness is doing all the hard work. The wilderness is doing all that heavy lifting. The wilderness is fighting against the stream. The wilderness is not going with the flow. It's continuing to keep doing. And this is saying, take a break. Take a break. Take a break. Take a break. All is well. And that even when you take a break, you are still totally in charge of your life. Yeah. So many confirmations here of tapping into nature and that connection with yourself, going within so that you can have greater connection externally with your life purpose, right? Life purpose, connecting with others. Beautiful, beautiful. And this one here, I feel like this one is saying a lot. This one here is all about, connecting with your inner brilliance, because you are magical. Where was it? Yeah, it was the postcard from Spirit that literally said, "You are magical." Not that one. This, "You are magical." And we had Merlina here. And even though this card wasn't about the magic, but that's exactly what I get from that image. So I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know what you're taking away as always. And if you have not yet joined the Let Your Light Shine movement, I want to remind you that you have an open invitation to do so. The Let Your Light Shine movement is all about believing in yourself, about believing in yourself so much that you choose to claim, this is who I am. I do shine. You are a beautiful spark. And in your shining and your embracing of who you are, you inspire and empower others to believe more deeply in themselves. What happened? I thought I put it back. Believe more deeply in themselves too. Thank you, Joanne, for being here with me. Thank you to Ibrahim, and thank you to everyone else who clicked like, whether you joined with me live or on the replay. I always enjoy connecting with you, and I hope that you found value in today's Inspirational Message Monday. Whenever you are listening or tuning in, even if it's on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's all good, right? It all comes at the right time. So, okay, take another deep breath. Enjoy your day. Remember the value of space, of shifting energy, of taking time to be still, aligning with who you are, being one with who you are. So much beauty and enjoyment in that. Your enjoyment and fulfillment matters. So taking time to actually relish in that for yourself, man, such a gift you give yourself. Okay, have an amazing day, everybody. I have 2 awesome interviews coming out this week. We have an awesome conversation happening on Thursday. That guest is going to be announced actually within the hour here. So in about 45 minutes from when this is being recorded live. So definitely tune in for that. And then I have the conversation with Shishtov Chechat from the Audio Bible Super Production, which will be airing on Friday, May 11th, 2021. And I'm really excited for that. We had to pre-record that episode. It was going to air today, the 7th, and I shifted it over to the 11th because that felt so much more aligned with that whole message and conversation. So definitely tune into that. And Betty, I don't know why the CC is not working. Okay. Well, have an amazing day, everybody. I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now.